Hello everyone, and welcome again to Inkblot Meet and Greet with my pals Zulu, Nas, and this beautiful...
I suppose I am his pal, right?
Exceptional person, actress, veteran, fitness enthusiast, someone that
you mispronounce enthusiast.
shame when it comes to fitness.
Hottest 50-year-old you know.
Yes. But she decided not to show her legs today.
Please. Please. Henshaw.
Wow. I feel offended.
Why?
You said pals, and then you said this person.
No, it's not.
I am your pal.
No, from
Damola, especially you.
But you're not my palo. After you recorded that video, you cut me out.
I still have it.
I was inside.
I'm going to play it on my birthday.
Oh shit.
Okay, now I can't complain.
When is your birthday? 19th of July.
Hottest 51-year-old people. God.
Yeah.
Zulu.
You don't understand the oppression, guys.
Zulu. So
You
let me
don't.
explain it. That's how Zulu sometimes said that she wants 6-pack. Then she now came to my gym.
To CrossFit, how dare.
And then she did like one exercise.
CrossFit is
Not that she
total.
didn't even do like one exercise. She did like maybe
Half.
like 1/10 of an exercise. She did the warm-up. Then we were about to start the workout. So it was like that.
I know.
She has finished work for the day now.
Since that thing, that CrossFit. It's for people
CrossFit, yeah.
They want to kill themselves,
No.
but they have refused to commit suicide. So they want somebody else to do the
CrossFit
work.
is a whole
No.
different...
Well, you guys should come and try.
No, it's okay.
Your hair will be paying you. CrossFit.
Wow, I've never heard it described that way.
I just like my leisurely walks, you know.
I see Nas walk every day. I can testify that he
Yes.
does
And then,
exercise.
wait, you zoom past him, I mean, zoom.
No, actually slow down. I was like, Nas. He like,
You see, you have to slow down.
You have to slow down.
Then you meet him again.
Then you see him on your way back.
no, he actually just takes his time. Not that he's strolling. He moves like normal pace.
Yeah, well, you know.
And he's very serious.
Nice.
He doesn't look at anybody on the road. No girls, no men either.
Well, I mean, thanks
So
for
much
that.
context in that conversation.
I don't even know where to touch that word.
I'm just saying.
So I've always wanted to ask, what got you into acting? Let's start.
Chance, being inquisitive, basically, because I'm a medical microbiologist. I tell everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, graduated from the School of Medical Laboratory Sciences in Luz, Idiaraba.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, and I was inquisitive because I was modeling. I was a catwalk model. I shot my first TV commercial for Shield deodorant in 1990. You know, the roll-on.
Okay.
And
Is that the one that went viral a few months ago? Or was that a different one?
That's a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I met, in the course of my, you go for casting, you go for... Casting, it was called casting, not audition, because I didn't know what an audition was. Go for casting as a model. And I met the late JT Tom West.
Yeah.
And we used to hang around Clink Studios in Surulere, Winnie's in Surulere. Mostly it was Surulere. Surulere was the bedrock of Nollywood back then. So I met him, and he said, oh, let's go for this audition. I'm like, what's an audition? So he pointed me to a notice on the gate of Clink Studios. And I went. And the experience is unforgettable because I saw all the people that were in all those soaps back then, Ripples, Palace. So I saw Barbara Soki and yes, all those people, Franca Brown. And there were so many people. That's why when people complain about auditions, I'm like, keep going. You have to keep going. Even if the number is 300, keep going. If you want it bad enough, keep going. But there are some people that are just lucky. It's just once.
Yeah.
They'll pick you and then you go from there. So I went. That's my story.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I went. I was like number 100 or something. I put my name down. There were so many people. Back then, there were lots of auditions in Surulere, Winnie's. Just go and hang there. Well, it script might fly.
At the end of was off.
No be right.
Yeah,
Once
no
you
be,
can pass Masha, going towards Kilo, you turn right. So that was where Winnie's was. I wrote down my name, waited. I didn't tell my father where I was going, So went down to take...
There's no cell phone, so he can't call you.
No phone.
So it's when he sees you,
I'll tell these young ones, people are living a life of luxury. So wrote my name down. After many hours, I was hungry. Went to get some soft drink and all that stuff to fuel my body. And I was just gisting with JT like, I was going to come out here, I beg. It's not for me. I didn't even know what I was there for, audition. So Reginald Ebere walks down and he's talking with JT. After a few minutes, he looks at me and I'm like, he's a fine girl. I'm like, Don't even toast me, 'cause I'm not even in the mood. He said, oh, come upstairs. 5 minutes, I'll call you. I'm not coming back upstairs. I'm tired. Too many people. My number is not even called yet, so I'm going. He said, I promise you 5 minutes, I'll call you. I'll finish my minerals first. So I went upstairs. And true to his word, he called me like 5-10 minutes later into a room. Now, this was very sexist because there was no woman in the panel. It was all men. Opa Williams, Dano Luigbo, I think it was Madu, Chikwendo, I'm not sure. Ifeanyi Anyafolu. There were like 5 guys on the panel. So they called
names, you guys. Yeah. You know the strong men just
I say they can't know.
Carry on.
Myself, Sandra Chums, Vicky Yama, Ndidi that played Neka the Pretty Serpent, and one other person. 5 of us in front of this men. And then they pointed at me and like, your sister just told you she's a prostitute. React. They didn't give me a script. I didn't even know what a script was. So I just...
Did you say Chimo?
I didn't say react. That, I will never forget those lines. I'm like, inside me, so I just started crying like, how can you be a prostitute? What will Mama say? Just a few lines and... It's okay in my mind because I've been doing casting. It's like, don't call us, we'll call you. And here I said, I'm cuckoo out, I'm out. They attended to everybody else and then said we could go. No phone, like you rightly said. So there was no way of knowing how you did. But anyway, like 2-3 weeks later, I received a letter in my father's house in Munshi. A letter.
Because you have to write your address, right?
Yes, you write down your address. Everybody wrote down their address, their name and, you know, whatever. No phone number. So they dropped a letter that I was needed back at True Tales Publication. That's the company that was producing the movie. It was owned by Ibe Kachiku, former petroleum minister. So they produced, they were the ones that published Hints magazine. And this was their first foray into filmmaking. When the Sun Sets was the title of the movie. And I went and then they started giving us snippets, you know, some papers to read, and we were among the ones selected. So I would go to Ojodu, from Ojodu to Munshi every day, every other day for this reading and rehearsal and everything. And then one day, I never ever forget this experience. Dr. Kachiku called me to his office. I reminded him and he was saying, Ikechi, I remember you. He said, oh, because sometimes he sits in the readings that we do. He said, I've watched you're reading so well, but I'm told that you're a greenhorn. I have no idea what a greenhorn was. No phone, so I can't even Google it. You know?
Yes,
so I said, okay, I wanted to give you the role, but they said you're a greenhorn, so I want you to take the next role, like supporting. So I said, am I still in the movie? He said, yes, sir. I don't mind, no problem. I'm inside. I left, continued the rehearsals. At that time, they paid so much attention to rehearsals. We rehearsed for at least 2 weeks or at least a week or so before everybody would start to shoot. And then we had a cast party in his house, Ajao Estate, poolside. Everybody was there. Bob Manuel, Imai Dokpai, the late JT, Franca Brown, all of us that were going to be in the movie, Sandra. And Ifeanyi Anyafolu, who directed the movie, stood up and made an announcement that KATE HENSHAW is going to play the lead for this movie when the sun sets. I'm like, what? I was like, wow.
Did you jump into the pool?
I didn't. Because when they handed me the script, I'm like, it's like my book of encyclopedia.
It's very thick.
Thick. Not like these scripts are very. It was. I'm not even lying. It was a movie. It was like this. Thick. Handed it to me, and then I'm like, okay. I still had no idea what I was getting myself into. Nothing. So Sandra walks up to me that she will help me. Bob was amazing. We started a friendship. He was very close to me. And of course, he played my love interest in the movie. So I spent a lot of time with him. He lived in Festac. You know, he had done, of course, films and soaps before me. And then came the day of shooting. And it was so nice. The late Fumi Martins was so helpful. Kanayo was in the movie. Everyone was so helpful. Went to do my youth service in Bauchi. I served in Bauchi Medical Hospital. Transferred to Lagos, worked at Nigerian Bottling Company, Keja A plant as quality control because I did medical microbiology. So we test the minerals. And I went on about my life. When I was going along the road, people would say, oh, no. I'm just going. Oh, no. I'm like, no, my name is Kate. Now you do that film. What film? I've just done the film. I've gone on like.
So you didn't know when the film came out?
How like no phone still now. No phone until someone showed me the pack, the VHS, and there I was. I'm like, look at me! And of course that went on. And of course there wasn't another job. Then I went to work with, no, I hadn't worked with Opa. I worked with Opa Williams, Opa Williams, that's some years later. So as I was working at the Keja A plant, a friend of mine who worked in Coca-Cola sends me a card, an invite. I'm like, sure, you're an actress. Your people, they are doing award, this thing, the movie award, SEMA. It was held at the Glover Memorial Hall, 1996. Yeah, my memories. I am an encyclopedia of memories.
No, you are an
The movie awards, 1996, Glover Memorial Hall.
Well, odds are that, yes. At least one uncle is an ancestor, right?
He said, go and attend. They sent it to me. So I went. Seated beside Ramsey, Opa, and some other people. And when I was there gisting, and it was Obesere who had gone up to announce my category. They didn't even tell me I was nominated. You don't understand? It was that bad.
Well,
Best upcoming actress nominees are blah, blah, blah. And then he calls my name in a funny way, like Henshaw. So, I don't know, that's not my name. So I'm gisting with Ramsey. And then KATE HENSHAW. Ramsey just taps me. Kate, it's you. I'm like, where, how? Award dinner. I'm shaking. I go down. I'm crying. I still remember wearing my polka dot dress and going to receive it and shaking. I come back to my seat. Then Opa comes to me and said, "I have a movie I want to shoot. I need you in my office tomorrow at 8 a.m. But I've told another actress to come. And I found out later that it was Uche Osotule. Anybody who comes first will get the role.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you got there at 6:30.
No.
So this why is this why you're always there?
Yes. So it's like 8. I got there 8:15. She was there at 8.
Oh,
That's how I lost her. And I vowed that day.
Never ever
in my life to be late for anything again.
KATE HENSHAW is never late.
Never.
ever.
And then she
There's
tensions
nothing else you know about the industry.
Yes, she tensions you as you are.
Because production is always late. That's the other thing you
So
need to know
that
about
was
the
it.
industry.
And then, of course, I did 1 or 2 other films, but the jobs weren't coming so much. So I started working with, Opa asked me to work with him as his client service executive. He was doing this show then called Two Can Play.
Yeah.
We used to shoot at Unilag, so I used to go to companies like Colgate, Palmolive, Promacedon, known as Wonder Foods back then. They produced Cowbell, just to get him sponsorship. Even if it's products to give to the contestants or the audience. And then the film started coming back. I was hardly ever in the office. And Opa said, this arrangement can't work. I said, the days I'm not in the office, just remove it from my salary. And then after a while, I just couldn't work with him anymore.
You're not collecting salary anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no day you were in the office.
I'm sure it was like, I will have to now pay him, But then work, and here I am today.
You clearly still love it. So how have you maintained the love? Or did you fall out of love, then fall back in love with acting?
No.
Yeah, the love has always been there.
No, I'm happiest when I'm on set.
Okay.
I'm happiest when I'm on stage. I'm happiest when I'm filming. Being able to play a character, somebody totally different to you, or maybe like you, in front of the screen with other good quality actors. It's just an amazing feeling, and it's a process I'll never ever look down upon. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of people think it's just so fine, get weave on a lipstick. No, it's a lot of mental positioning in your mind, getting your lines, getting your script, and then you now get the words before you now act, because it's not just acting. You have to get your lines, think about it, and then you now give the dialogue. I've worked with different people. And funny enough, there are people in Nollywood I haven't worked with in almost 29 years. So the industry is quite huge. I still love it, though. I want to do it till I'm old in the grave, like Auntie Taiwo and Auntie J and Uncle Lua, just how long I want to do it.
Did you feel like you were typecast at any point in time?
Yes.
Nollywood is.
If you want to mention crying roles, my name will be there. Suffering roles, crying. So there was
I think someone actually cracked a joke about it at Night of a Thousand Laughs or something like that, about Nollywood, different actors playing different roles.
Yes, it must always be suffering, crying, you know, rejected. I remember one role I played. Oh my. I cried from the beginning of the film to the end.
Dear Nana, you may kill me and I will die. But rather than rot in hell, I will be buried in heaven.
Buried in heaven with Mokaeze.
Buried in heaven?
Yeah, buried in heaven. Chiwetalagu, Mokaeze, Patience Ozokwo, Remi Ohajanya. People will know these names, you know. And I remember one scene, and Patience slapped me so hard. I lost audio in my ear. I think it's right or left for a few seconds, and then she started crying. I'm so sorry, but it brought the tears. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this woman really slapped me. Hey, I cried. Every scene was cry. Burial, cry. Chiwetalago, wicked man. You come through my cassava. Cry like. In short, I think the break I got was when I'm not lying. Close chapter with late Auntie Rachel and Aunt Alanyo. Cry with rape. Yes, another day, cry. She got it, dying. You know, Shy was just, I'm like, but you know, I didn't know how to take myself out of it. Because the roles were coming, and what they would do then in the East, they would just, one person will give you a role, then the other person that needs you, they won't ask you, they'll just send money into your account.
Yes, I heard about that.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah. They'll just send this guy, they your sets. They know how to communicate. Still no phones. When did we have phone? They just said, hey, they do well. Okay, send me your account. They say, but you just see, when you go to I've paid money into your account. I said, who are you? The script is coming to you. Just like that. So back to back. You don't even have time to
stop crying.
But one thing I never did, which a lot of my colleagues did, was never to be in 2-3 jobs at a time. Yeah. You know, it's one after. If you can wait for me, that's fine. I never ever. Some would like 5 sets. They are moving from here. They'll go to Owerri. From Owerri, I'm coming. Wait, we are coming. We have this scene. They'll plan with the PM. It was a cartel.
So let me not lie to you. We used to talk about. People used to be very what's it called? We still do it too. We have no choice. See, we don't say people. We do it.
Why do you do it?
You schedule around.
We schedule. Think about actors doing double time on a set and another set.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we do it now.
I did that for this job, Seth.
Yes.
This setup to that.
Yes, exactly.
We did that.
Yeah. Because it's not.
You were doing a theater. You were doing a
So because for us, obviously because everybody says, oh, one job at a time. One job at a time is the ideal. But sometimes, I mean, the famous example, of course, is Family Ties and Back to the Future. The guy was literally they're waiting for him as his children in the day here shoot at night. Not even.
So he wasn't sleeping.
Yes.
In their abroad.
Yes, in their abroad.
Wow.
So like everybody. So it's not an ideal. Obviously, you want people to be on your production.
Yeah, but then how does that tell on the actor being able to give 100% of yourself?
But
some people have been known to.
No, it can be.
Okay.
No, for this Hollywood one.
New Money was the lead.
Who
She was the lead.
Jemima
was the lead now.
And what was she doing?
She was doing Sugar and us at the same time.
There you go.
It's hardly ever.
Some people have been known to bring lines from the other set. I'm going to put it inside your set.
The last time we interviewed Inse like a while ago, and Inse talked about her first time on a Nollywood set.
That you are there.
And that you were there. Someplace in Whispering Palm. She ran away from home.
Oh my word! In Badagry.
Yes. And that she was.
Scars of womanhood.
Oh wow.
She did you remember the name?
I see if you are an encyclopedia, if you want an encyclopedia of Nollywood, I'm the one. Oh wow. I'm the one. I remember someone was arguing with me that, what was it? I said I still have my plan. It's a bit bent now, but I still have it. I said it's 96. He was arguing, and I showed him. You're right. Scars of womanhood. Francis Duru. Yes. Julius Ago, the late Christy Etien Ibukwe, the late Sam Lokoefe, Nse, Lillian, myself, Edith Jane Azu, and Jude Aurora. Yes,
so
we were in that movie.
That she ran away from home, literally was in a bus, saw some people shooting something, got down, joined them, and ended up staying with them for 2 weeks. and got into this movie.
Yes.
And then that's how she met you. I remember, and I'm like, how does that happen?
It does happen. I told him I was just being inquisitive. So it's like, I mean, life just, I don't know, directs you. You don't know where you're going, but you just, what's happening here? Then you are sucked in.
That's what interests you.
But let me ask you.
Yes.
Okay, wait, let's reverse. You've been in the industry long enough.
Reverse back.
Let's reverse back.
Yeah,
You've been in the
because
industry long
At
enough.
any point, were they working?
And I'm sure you've seen the various kinds of unions.
Yes.
Have they ever worked?
Etien worked many years back. It was Actors Guild. No, it was NAG. It was NAG, Nigerian Actors Guild. It was NAG, and then it became
NAG.
NAG. And yes, they would enforce people who were late to work. They would penalize you in terms of your dues. And then there was a time where I think if you did something, they would come to your set because they are in the East. They will come and stop the set and say you should walk out of the set. Oh, they were effective back then.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So what changed?
What happened? Management.
Management, when you have new administration.
Political climes also changed.
Yeah.
Things,
They were effective then. Oh, they were effective.
So, but was that also because at least when you look at unions abroad, it works best when you have a few concentrated.
Okay, the
buyers.
marketers work too because
Yes.
they banned some actors back then, and
Yes.
that's their own
So
union.
please give
It
us just
works.
about that market. Because all we heard on the outside was
My
that they
dear,
banned certain actors.
it's a mystery to me. I wasn't banned, so I don't know the intricacies of the ban. I just knew that some people XYZ were told, and it worked. Nobody would give them work. Nobody. Because it was marketers that basically started this industry.
So was it that they won't give them work, or if you work with them, the marketers won't distribute your product?
You wouldn't even work with them.
Okay, so you won't take
Because
the
there's-
risk.
yeah,
You won't take the risk.
There's no need now. Because where's your film going? You see where I wrote and Ebinkwe Jolene and the rest. Where are you going to sell your film? Maybe an independent producer, but how many independents did we have?
So what broke the ban? Because the ban fizzled, I remember.
Other avenues of
Like African
production.
Magic.
African Magic came.
Cinemas started to
cinemas, and then all other avenues of making money came, and then they sort of fizzled out.
Now let me ask you a different question to change. Of all your various viral things, what's your favorite one?
Viral things.
So like basically you speaking English, the guy toasting you running away from Jesus as a nun, like the one with Domitilla, like of all your various.
I think it would be the one where I was speaking as a law student to Kenneth.
Yes.
They still heckle me with that on Twitter, even just yesterday. I had no idea I got all those lines in my head. Every time I take those lines, Liz will across the street just. You are doing well. Excavate the plurality of the judicial contraption that makes law the fundamental precepts for the human relationships. And the guy was so daft. He's like,
Juliet, I think I've really fallen in love with you, you know.
Yes.
I mean, what else would he say?
I mean, really. Yeah.
On that note, thank you so much, sis.
Thank
I
you
had
so much.
fun, funny enough.
Wow.
Funny enough.
I did, though.
We're not expecting to have fun.
No, I
Always have
wasn't.
fun.
That's why I refused now the first time. I said, what do you want to be when you podcast? I don't know what to expect. But it's fun. It's fun.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so much for coming.
And then we can't wait for people to see your character in the startup too.
I don't have a lot of scenes now.
But you have enough.
What is hey? Hey. I don't understand.
No,
no,
but it's not in the
Wait.
minutes. It's not in the minutes. Sometimes it is in
You see
the...
me once, before you see me, it's the end of the film. At the end, maybe 2 hours later.
Get. Somebody...
The entire film is not
This
for
is
2
the
hours
green
now.
road that I didn't get that time.
Somebody won Oscar for only being in a movie for 7 minutes. You two can do it.
It's okay.
AMVCA.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
Yeah,
but now that we have established your villain roles, don't worry. As they casted you crying, we will cast you as
cast you villain, you will tire. Your own not be villain that is just slapping people. You will be your straight slap.
No, I don't even want to touch it. I just want to stare.
Shade,
Stare and melt them there. Bang. I don't need no violence. No need for violence. Don't
what
look
I'm
at you. You
looking for.
melt standing where you are.
Also, this should have been 2 hours long.
I'm telling you.
Because
It
we haven't
probably
even
was.
talked about your theatre. Like, there's
Oh,
so much.
I'll come back. Is that, can we come back?
Yes, you can.
Come back now.
Please,
Look at her.
if you're ready to come back, please.
All right, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
What's fun hanging out?
All right.
That's so much fun.
That's
Catch
it.
us
Peace
on all
out,
your
people.
podcast platforms.
Yes.
Shut
Peace, love, and harmony.